I used to believe that betrayal was loud, that it came with shouting, anger, and broken trust you could see coming. But I was wrong. Real betrayal is silent. It hides behind a smile, a handshake, a promise of success. And by the time you realize what's happening, it's already too late. My name is Daniel Carter, and this is the story of how my best friend destroyed my life, and how I destroyed his back in 2016. I lived in Chicago. Nothing flashy, nothing extraordinary. I worked as a financial analyst at a mid-level investment firm. My days were numbers, reports, and long hours behind a desk. But I liked it, because it was stable, predictable, be safe. Predictable downtown. A routine that never changed. Wake up, work, gym, sleep. Repeat. I wasn't rich, but I wasn't struggling either. And honestly, that was enough for me. Until one night, everything changed. I met Mark Reynolds at a networking event. The kind where people pretend to care about each other, just to see what they can gain. I almost didn't go that night, but something told me I should, and that something ruined my life. Mark stood out immediately, not because he was loud, but because he didn't need to be. People listened when he spoke. He had this confidence, like he already knew how everything was going to end. We started talking, casual at first, but within minutes, he was already reading me. You're smart, but you're playing too small. That's what he said, and for some reason, it stuck with me. Over the next few weeks, we met more often. Coffee, meetings, late night conversations about money, power, and success. Mark told me he was building something big, a private investment network. High returns, exclusive clients, and he wanted me in. At first, I refused. It sounded risky, unregulated. Too good to be true. But Mark was patient. He didn't push. He just showed me results. Numbers. Profits. Clients making insane returns. And slowly, he broke my resistance. Until one day, I said yes. Everything changed after that. My life went from predictable to explosive. We were making deals every week, big ones. Money started flowing in faster than I had ever seen. Clients trusted us because Mark knew exactly what to say, and I knew exactly how to make it look legitimate. We were the perfect team, or at least that's what I thought. But because while I was building something real, Mark was building something else entirely, a trap. It happened on a Tuesday morning. I remember because nothing felt unusual. I was making coffee, checking emails, planning the day. And then a knock on the door. Loud, aggressive. I opened it, and everything ended. FBI agents, search warrant. My name, fraud, money laundering, financial crimes. I didn't understand. I thought it was a mistake. But then they showed me the evidence, transactions. Counts. Documents. All in my name. Every illegal move led back to me. The first person I called was Mark. No answer. Again. No answer. Again. His phone was off. I went to his office. Empty. Gone. That's when it hit me. This wasn't a mistake. This was a setup. And I was the target. The next few months were hell. I was arrested, interrogated. Dragged through court. My accounts were frozen. My apartment gone. Friends disappeared. Family stopped believing me. And the worst part, the evidence was perfect, too perfect, like someone had planned this. For a long time, every document had my signature, every transfer had my approval. I looked guilty, even to myself. There's a moment when you stop fighting, when you start to believe, maybe this is how your story ends. For me, that moment came in a courtroom, when my own lawyer said, we might need to consider a plea deal. That's when something inside me changed. Because I knew one thing, didn't do this. And I wasn't going to go down for it. Every perfect plan has a flaw. And Mark made one, just one, a transaction that didn't match the pattern. Small. Hidden. Different. It led to an offshore account. And that account wasn't as clean as the others. I followed it. Late nights, endless research, connecting pieces no one else cared about, until finally, I found him. Mark Reynolds was alive. Living in Miami, under a new identity. New life, new money, my money. He didn't just frame me, he erased me and took my place. I had a choice, go to the police, or do something smarter. Because I knew Mark, if he sensed danger, he'd disappear again. So instead, I became invisible. I studied him, his contacts, his habits, his weaknesses, and then, I started taking everything back, slowly, carefully, strategically. Mark, single quotes as biggest strength, was trust. Investors believed in him, just like I once did. So, I broke that trust, one call at a time, one message at a time, planting doubt, fear, suspicion, until his empire started to crack. It didn't take long. Panic spreads fast when money is involved. Investors pulled out, accounts froze. Authorities noticed. And this time, they were looking at him. Not me. I handed over everything. Proof, evidence, truth, and just like that, the man who destroyed my life was finally exposed. Mark Reynolds was arrested. Convicted. Gone. And me. I got my life back. My name back. My freedom back. But revenge isn't what people think. It doesn't feel powerful. It doesn't feel satisfying. It feels empty. Because in the end, you don't win. You just survive. Asterisk,